This is day 55 of my boring bungalow build. I'm going to check it there today. This is morning. But today I want to talk about succession. How the foreigners can inherit land here in the Philippines. But before that, I cannot talk about that when I'm walking because as you know, I have to be wary of the dogs dirt, vehicles, because this is a subject that I want to talk, that I could explain it better. Very, very basic example so it be understood. I know I have covered this subject before in my old videos, but I think I'm gonna have to give it very simply and giving you different situations because the emails that I receive asking this kind of questions has been several in numbers now that I need to address it in a video. So while I'm walking, I just like to talk about my budget bungalow. So many people just hire a foreman. A foreman is just added additional expense. 9 out of 10, the foreman will be the leader of pilferage, will be the leader of tardiness, will be the leader of absenteeism. So, no, I don't want a foreman to add more headache. The worker doing the job so slow is plenty enough. What more, someone just sit there and give orders and sleeping on the job. You know what I mean, the people that's already experienced building here. So I'm here now on the build site, and like I said, I'll be talking succession after I have checked what they have done. So this is what Tony has been doing this morning, putting the frame of the front door, and he's now rendering it over. So hopefully he'll also install the other one. I'll go inside and see what Daloy has done. Here, Daloy is finishing the rendering that they have done yesterday. The top was done by Predo, and then Daloy, I just let him continue with it. I'm trying to catch the light because it's quite dark. Let me turn on the light. It's even on. So there, he's also squaring up the windows because like I said to the light, I want something done. I mean finished room. So you won't, because the thing with the tool is they like leaving corners, leaving this to come back later, because I don't like that. I want finished job. Like this is what they done yesterday, this window frame, but they haven't done the other window frame, so that again that they have, Tony will go back there to finish. But as of now, he's doing this frame here on the front door. This is also another good job that if he finished that one. And then Daloy was helping here, and old Lito is doing the sifting. So this is the room. And I know that they're not the fastest of this one, but like I said, Daloy is part of my domestic workers. So as a domestic, you provide everything: food, shelter, and accommodations, utilities. It's all free. And like I said, he's receiving 8 grand a month. That's not including, that's just the money. But food, accommodations, water, electric, I pay for everything. That's like any other domestic stuff. but he likes helping me with the building because that's like his forte. His job on my house is care for the dogs and clean outside and do the gardens and make sure that the water tank is connected. That's all he's done. So he's also excited when I got projects because I make him like the leader. But the skill that he learned now of rendering is better because one is it's productive. Two is I still gonna be paying his wages even if he don't work here or not. So might as well give me some results. And looking at this, that he's learning the skill. He's not the slowest. It takes him so many years to learn this because we've been doing projects. He still never attempted to do this. Only this time. So I know it's very slow, but I'm pleased with the result. Slowly, I just look at it now that I'm helping these people to have jobs at this lockdown, especially the old senior citizens, the two, Lito and Tony. And like as always, when it's almost to the end, they try to drag it on. But one thing I know their skills, their ups and downs of skills that's good at, so I won't be just relying on it on my next build. I'll be getting new crews for sure. So I've checked it here now. And so I can talk about succession. I'll go outside because it's very hot here. And that's Tony on this one. It will be just the side. He will be leaving that header thing, I bet you. So that will be something to come back. It seems to be that's how they work. They won't listen. They're set in their ways. And with jobs, they leave something to go back to. Like that header thing there on the top of the frame. He won't render that one. So he'll just come back to it. Look at the one that he done here. He leave the top to come back to. Why didn't he do that this morning? So it's all done. Yeah, because header are quite hard to do. But since both sides are already dry, you can start doing this header thing. But why not? See? This is what I mean. They also like leaving things like the Fredo here. Why didn't he square this window before when he was rendering? But it seems to be the way that they do around here. They're set on their ways. So that's the reason why I don't want any more foreman and anything like that. Will just added expense. We are now on the last phase of the job. We are just finishing now. The doors will be made. So the windows is the one I'm gonna buy. Now I got a choice of between jalousies or the windows that I plan to do. But the reason why I put up this window frame because it will take them ages to square up. And I want it done. So the frame is giving me more options. It's either I got a window, wooden window, or a jalousies. Going back down now to my budget bungalow, boring bungalow build, second check of the day, day 55. I was starting to make a video about succession and to answer a couple of questions that was sent to me. But the rules are changing. So I think I just got no time to finish it for today. I want to make sure that the video I'm going to make about succession is so basic and spot on so you won't get confused. And what are the things you're going to watch out for so that a foreigner can inherit land here in the Philippines. So I'm planning to put up that video maybe Saturday or Sunday because I don't normally have videos for Sunday. That will be the video I'm going to put in about foreigners, how foreigner can inherit land in the Philippines. And what are the things you're going to watch out for and how the rules applies to you, to your properties. So it will be a basic understanding. I want to give it to you not on that a very confusing way, what they called in layman's term, the way the rules has been applied, the Supreme Court jurisprudence, that why is it needed like this, why is it needed like that, and what are the coordinates of the civil code that is coordinated with the constitution that allows a foreigner to own land here in the Philippines. So I'm here now on my second build, and this is another thing that I have to keep on checking, because as have you noticed that they are dragging the job. And if I don't go here, I wonder what they're gonna do if I'm not checking like this. So just bear with me. I'm almost done with this boring build. So this is what we are here on this room as of the moment. The Loy is just the one doing the finishing here, whereas Tony is doing the frame for the front door. This morning, they got a penchant of not finishing anything. Like, they put in the frame, render the sides, and just leave the top, which is what is obvious you can see around here. But actually, you gotta take notice of that, because even my skilled workers that used to work in my castle, they also, it seems to be like a Filipino trait. And I was telling Tony about that this morning. That's why, look, he's working on the top header of that front door frame that he just installed today. Because otherwise, we'll be moving around things and then come back again, because just doing the corner, just doing the header, it's pointless. And I can't believe how slow they are, but like I said, it has to be done. It needs to listen. Because as of the end of the day, when I build my 9 bungalows, I'll have a new crew that listens, not set on their own way. Yeah, it might cost me money employing them to finish this, but they won't have the job for the next houses. Who's losing? This one is only got a few thousands for me to add for their lingering labor, but they won't have the chance to work for me again. So here, I know Dalo is only still learning on this one, but he's doing what I want him to do, is to have a finished room. Not like what Fredo was telling me, why you're not doing the corners? Oh, I'll just go come back to it. Oh, I just go and come back for the header of the doors or the header of the windows. I want something finished that we don't have to come back, even if we have to leave the door frame and the window frame and just install it later on. But none of this muck, dirty work. So that's one thing. Observe it. That's very common with Filipino builders, is to leave things and come back for it later. I just can't understand why they do that. And he's there working on this frame there, and you can already imagine that's an all-day job just doing that. Install the frame and then render. We are getting slower because it seems to be that's their way of doing things. What you're seeing here is you're learning from me. If you are building your houses here in the Philippines, you need to insist. Like that one, he's now doing the header, but if you leave it to his own devices, he will just leave it again and he will just come back for it. So I want him to finish that, and next into this header on this one here. But with regards to Deloy, I think he's very slow on this, but he's just learning. Like I said, it's my domestic stuff. Regardless if he's working or not, I still be providing his food and wages. So might as well do some productive work for me. So it's not only limited to my workers, it's a common trait. You will notice it when you're building their house. They like leaving things They don't seem to want to finish. So we're here stuck with this dirty work. Of rendering. It's taking so long. I mean, I wish I had just done the partition that I planned to do, but they insisted, the old couples insisting about hollow blocks and this, because this is what they're used to. But my next bungalow build, the 9 bungalows I'm gonna make, will have stud partition inside, not hollow blocks, and then rendering's taking so long. Actually, if you think about it, the Loy has to have to mix the mock himself, whereas Fredo was working here, the Loy mixed the mock for him, and then the result product still the same coverage. So what, he's doing a good job than Fredo, to be honest. And it's not really that perfect that Fredo's job is more nicer than the Loy. It's just the same quality, but he covers more. Doing the mock himself covers more than what Fredo can do. And he makes the mock for Tony, he makes some mock for himself, and still do the rendering. So here he's mixing it here inside the room. Usually I don't allow this because it will just build up on the floor, but like I said, I've gone past worrying about this now. And hoping that Tony will be finished with that since this morning, so he can move on to this door here and do the header as well on this one, on top of the wood frame that he put in yesterday. So at least it will be finished. I want something finished and we won't have to come back, even if we have to come back with the door and the windows. But mock-wise, done. Nanas bantay eh. Going back down now for my final check, day 55 of the boring bungalow build. I know you'll be commenting about the electric that was just there on the wall, not provided with conduit, just plain electric rendered over. Because you know what happened? I have all the surface mounted strips, the white strips. I bought it all because that was I planned. Has the electrician dong gels, and that was the electrician that they put in because the old man sold a couple of pigs and wants more lights in. And also he got some thing doing in front of the bungalow done by his grandson. And going back to the electrics, I instructed that man, that one that works in the Beko before, that I want it all surface mounted. I got all the conduit that it will be surface mounted, so whatever is the problem, they can just open the strip, the white strip of PVC where the wire was inside, then sort it out. Again, he was related to the old couple, insisted that they want the electric bird. I don't want to provide for that electric to be protected. I already bought what I wanted it there, but they insist on what they want. I cannot just provide it because that's what they want. Well, they were so okay that I'll let it be buried with the rendering. Let it be. I bought all the materials that it'd be surface mounted and you don't want it. So, that's the thing. Because they're related to the old couple, they listen to them more. Like I said, like the end of the day, when the job is done, they'll still be related. I'm out of the scene. And they'll be, oh, who made this one? Who made that one? Oh, you done a good job on this one. It's just them showing off to their relations, agreeing what their relations are asking them instead of listening to my instructions. So, I've gone past worrying. That electric wall that's just been burned and rendered, that was the old couple's insistence. So that's their prerogative. I just keep all my surface mounted materials, and I am now here on the last hour and see what they've done. This is the only job that he done all day, is to put up the frame and render it. So this is the front door frame in, and then all finished back and front. I know you'll be saying that's a waste of time. And here he just put a little bit up there in the top. And it's only 410. See here in the front is the old man's extension. Only the tree file, that's it, for sitting area, and then they'll have a roof on it for drinking and gambling area. So they'll sit around it on the roof outside their house for their drinking spree or their card playing. Because the old man have sold a couple of pigs, and he got his grandson doing the thing now. Fortunately, they have their own materials, because mine is already run out, or I didn't buy any. So this is what Tony has been doing all day. Just the frame, installing this frame and squaring it up all day. Not again on my other houses to build. Not anymore. I'm not gonna hire him. Because this is my problem. They're following the instruction of the old couple instead of following my instructions. Now we're looking at here 4:15 in the afternoon. So I don't understand why no more muck to mix. So what they gonna do? 4:15 in the afternoon. Look at me. I'll stay here until the end. I have no problems with the Loy because he's doing the muck. He's taking run out again and get their snacks, then come back and mix his own muck, and he has to mix their muck as well. So you can see the electrics under their instruction is just have to be buried inside the muck. I already bought all the surface mounting materials, but this is what they want. So I've gone past worrying. When your worker is related to the people, they follow their instruction more. Pwede naman yung masahan pagkuan, gamay lang kaayo. Layo pa mang oras. Oh, kanang gamay. The three of them is working on the muck now because it's only 4:15 and they're now getting ready to finish. So I was moaning that they mix half sack because it's now 4:35, and that time, that's 5 o'clock, it will reach for them to use the half a sack of muck. I mean, if I didn't come back here, they already finished at 4:15. Because I'm getting so bored in this build now, because it's getting so slow. But next time, I won't use hollow blocks internally. I'll use stud partition, because there will be no rendering. So the muck's almost gone. There, you can see it there. But at least in the few, like 40 minutes left, it's still got something done. So it is 3.5 bags of cement today. That will be added from yesterday's 1.5 bag. So 5 in total will be added for the materials. And the frames, window frames are all, I mean door frames rather, has all been installed. So I'll give you the price of it when we buy the doors. But I'll see what I can calculate, because I got separate pricing for this door frames. So 5 more in that 1 to 3 bags of fine sand mix on 1 bag of cement is the calculation. So I'll give you a calculation for the day 55 from yesterday's materials as well. See, it results are different, little bit closer to the needed rendered. So it's now 4 minutes to 5 o'clock. They have done most of it now on this wall. Because if you just let them, that was end at 4:10. So it's 3.5 bags additional for today. 5 in total, including yesterday. So this door, only need the corners, a little bit on the header, and the headers of 2 windows, and the 4 corners, to be honest, the 4 corners to be squared up. That's it. So that was done, this one, and then the front door, all done.